Hello YouTube. For some time now, the atheists they start to build their own religion, their own form of organized atheism. And of course, today we have some kind of atheist clergy. And every time when an atheist will have some doubts or will feel like he's losing his faith, would run to one of these guys, to their books, to their videos, and he will seek some kind of inspiration. Many people they are going to ask, what's wrong with that? And you know what? I'm going to tell you. Better, I'm going to show you. Okay, atheists, they have been known as forever as skeptical people who want to put questions, who want to seek their own answers. All this ended once the atheist clergy was born. From that moment, atheists stopped to investigate. They stopped to search their own answers. I mean, today atheists, they just go to one of these books wrote by Richard Dawkins or some other atheist, and they just copy-paste those people's theories. Now, it's something very important that we must remember, that atheists always accuse Christians, Muslims, who express opinions about things like biology or cosmology. They always accuse these people, why do you speak if you are not a specialist? And this is a very good argument, but on the other hand, we have people like Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens who are speaking currently about things like history, philosophy, sociology, religion, things in which they are not specialists. So basically there is no way around this. You have only two options. You allowed everyone to come up with theories, or you allowed only specialists. Now, probably everybody who is going to watch this video knows who the YouTube user Thunderfoot is. If you don't know who he is, then you don't really lost anything, believe me. Okay, let's take Thunderfoot as an example. In one of his first videos, he is speaking about a mythological period called the Dark Age, and he suggested that this period will have something to do with Christianity. And a lot of atheists on YouTube, they have bought the Thunderfoot theory. These people, they do not even bother to search Google. If an atheist said it, it must be true. Another example is the YouTube user ZOMGitsCriss, give me money because I am poor, like that. In one of her videos, she is saying something like the Buddhists are atheists. From that moment, most of the atheists on YouTube, they start to say something like, Buddhists, our brothers in atheism. Again, an atheist said it, it must be true. It was Richard Dawkins who made the statement that religion does not deserve respect, but atheism does, of course. And all the atheists on YouTube, they just jump to embrace this theory without using their brain.
I don't see why any religion would. And I don't understand why criticizing someone's religion seems so offensive.
What I don't understand is why atheists are so obsessed on criticizing and so obsessed with what other people do in their own houses.
If you know one legitimate reason for why religion should be above criticism or should deserve more respect than any other choice you make, please let me know what that reason is, because I cannot find it anywhere.
Of course you don't know, because you have no education, because you abandoned school to become a YouTube atheist and to win money because you are poor. Like that.
Hello? 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 Anybody there? Echo!
Okay, I'm going to give some arguments why religion deserves respect, but because I'm a Christian, I'm going to use those arguments for Christianity. This does not mean I hate people who have other religions, atheists do that. And in the same time, I propose that we should analyze if atheism deserves respect. And I'm going to show you why I could never be an atheist.
If you know one legitimate reason for why religion should be above criticism or should deserve more respect than any other choice you make, Please let me know what that reason is, because I cannot find it anywhere.
If we are going to look to the map of the planet Earth, we are going to realize that civilization truly evolved in only one place. Even more, all other cultures on Earth adopted that culture model. Obviously, I am talking about the European culture and civilization, and the European culture and civilization was deeply influenced by Christianity. I mean, you must be an atheist not to believe it. Of course, there were many other civilizations on the American continent, China, Babylon, Egypt, but only the European culture skyrocketed. In this video series, we're going to analyze why. Now, why was Christianity so special? To understand this, we must understand the world before Christianity. And to do that, we must go to the ancient sources. You see, for almost any ancient civilization, everything that had to do with morality or law was applied only for the citizens. Now, who are these citizens? These citizens were mostly landowners. A woman could never become citizen, the same with a slave or a peasant. And these non-citizens, they could just be killed, raped, their possession, they could be taken away. Probably we could find one or two exceptions, but they do not change the main rule. Also, the supreme leader, the king, the emperor, the pharaoh, was seen by everyone like some kind of demigod or even like a god. Many atheists, they love to hear themselves say, our morality has evolved. This is simply not true. I mean, our morality has not evolved for thousands and thousands of years, and it just happened to evolve once Christianity appeared. You know, just a lucky coincidence. What really happened is that Christianity has brought universal morality, a morality who was the same for everyone, for a Roman, a Greek, a Jew, for a barbarian, or for the emperor itself. Of course, it took a lot of time for people to accept it, but for the first time, a powerful man as a Roman emperor had something to be afraid. Another concept brought by Christianity is that to work it's an honor, work it's a virtue. Before Christianity, work was a virtue only for slaves and peasants. But once Christianity appeared, we have a radical change in ancient literature, and to work becomes an honor for everyone, a virtue, not only for a peasant or a slave, but for everyone. And of course, I mean, if you are an atheist, you could just not believe it. You know, when some atheist will have a higher education, he will always love to mention that.
And I want you to do this by contrasting the view of someone who didn't drop out of college, say for instance like myself, with the way that you view the problem, someone who did drop out of college. But let's start on a point of universal agreement. Like that.
The system of higher education first developed in Christianity. I know I already said this many times. It is believed that the first university in the world was the University of Constantinople, 425. It is also believed that the first university that used the word university was the University of Bologna in 1088. For some atheists, the fact that the universities did not appear in places like Africa or Australia may come as a shock, but it's true. Now our entire system of law and jurisprudence was developed in Christianity, and the scientific study of law started with Codex Julius Civis. But if you are an atheist and you don't believe it, Google search it. Hospitals, orphanages, home for elderly persons and many other in my next video.